Cheers, 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 and cheers to one and all. Welcome to Happy Hour with the Lincoln. We are now on episode number 54, where week by week I'll do my best to answer all of your stock market related questions. So if you're out there and you're like, I think I've got a question up here, a question that the world wants an answer to, send it my way. support@thelincolnlist.com is the email. Also, if you want to trade with us live each day, right here is the live trade room link. Just click on it. You'll be directed right to our trade room. Now, before I get started, I have something I want to announce right now. It's that time of year. It's the time of the year for mini camp. Now, a lot of you followers already know what mini camp is. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now in this shameless little plug. It goes like this. Most of the courses that are being taught, you're just long, drawn out with just a bunch of information that's hard for the trader to absorb. So a couple years ago, we came up with this course, Mini Camp, where we just stripped down trading to its barest and purest form, teaching you only 4 of the strategies that we use, the 4 we use every single day. I've used for the last 15, 16 years. We've used in the Lincoln List for the last 8 years. We teach you everything you need to know about just those 4 strategies. How you find these stocks, how you enter, how you exit, how you manage those positions, how you deal with more of the psychological aspect that we talk about here in Happy Hour, figuring out what you're in this trading business for, what your ultimate goals are outside of making money. Are you trying to quit your 9-to-5? Are you trying to become a professional trader? Are you just trying to invest better? I mean, what is that trigger that gets you going? How do you find these stocks? How do you trade them? How do you manage them? And we do all of this in a real-time environment. So any of you out there that sign up for Minicamp, not only do you get the course, but you also get free access to our live trade room, the one I showed the link there just a minute ago, the whole time you're a member of the Minicamp. That way when you're learning these strategies, you get to see how they play out in a real-time trading environment. That's the only way I know how to do it. I mean, there's no sense in you sitting there learning something and then not having a mentor right there along with you. Now what I've done is down in the description box, I posted a link that will take you to the homepage. It will have the dates and everything else. It's going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So make sure that you enroll in Champ Camp, not Champ Camp, Minicamp. And it's probably the best value you'll see out there in trader education. So let's move on. This is the week we're going to answer some more questions. We got some good stuff here, some stuff that we haven't quite seen before in a little bit different variation. So let's get down to business. Here is question number 1. Okay, question number 1 is technical analysis. Hey, Doug, keep up the good work with the videos. Why, thank you, my man or my lady, whoever wrote this. I have a question for Happy Hour. All right. Why do so many traders say technical analysis doesn't work and that it is a poor man's way to trade? Is it a scam? If it works, why? Well, technical analysis is not a scam. Now, one of the things you got to understand about trading strategies, which is weird, is it's sort of like a religion. This is one of the things that really bothers me. I'm talking to you traders out. This freaking bothers me. And what bothers me is people think that when they got something that works for them, that the rest of the world needs to do that. That's going to be the solution. Now, for a lot of people, that could be a good way. But for a lot of people, it's not going to fit. That's why they have 6 different, hundreds of different chains of burgers. Because everybody wants a different kind of burger. Everybody wants a different kind of beer. Everybody wants a different kind of whiskey. There's like all this mountain and there's all these different roads to get to the top of the mountain. And all that matters is you actually get to the top. So to answer your question, no, technical analysis is not a scam, and it is not a poor man. There's millionaires who use technical analysis. Big hedge funds, huge institutions use technical analysis. Now here's the part I want to answer about this question. If it works, why does it work? And here's my opinion on this matter. There's only one thing that's important when it comes to stocks. There's only one thing important when it comes to anything at all, and that is the price, right? Whether it's a gas price, whether it's a real estate price, whether it's food price, or whether it's a stock price. The only thing that matters is, are people willing to pay that price for it, okay? So if you're talking about something like a home, it doesn't matter if you look at a home and you think it's overvalued. If somebody is willing to walk in there and pay that money for it, or that's what the average house in that neighborhood's going for, that, my friends, is the price. So us as market technicians, this is what we do, is we look to discover price. Because to me, I'm not knocking anybody who does. If it works for you, fine. Fundamental and analyst traders, fundamental analysis, good for you. I'm not saying that your way is wrong. I wouldn't do that. I just sat there and said I don't judge. Anyway, you're basing something on, it's speculation. This company has to report this kind of earnings. This company has to have this kind of margin. There's a lot to that. For us other traders that are trading multiple positions in a day, the only thing that matters to us is price. It doesn't matter what the ticker is on the top. We don't care about the company. We don't care about their problems. We don't care about their balance sheet. We don't care about any of that stuff. We're not going to be in the trade long enough to worry about those things. Like Tesla, we don't care if they're going to make Model 3 production by the end of the quarter. We don't care. We're just worried about in the next 20 minutes, will this stock go up or will this stock go down? And can we make any money on it? That's all we're doing. We're just trading ranges. But back to the real answer here is that the only thing that's important is price. And what you're doing when you're being a market technician or you're using technical analysis is you're discovering price. The most important thing. Not how much it's trading, but where in the hell are people buying it and where in the hell are people selling it? Because I want to be in there when people are buying and I want to be shorting when people are selling. That's the goal. So what you're doing is over the course of a day, week, however long you're using it for whatever kind of usage is, whether you're a swing trader, investor, day trader, you're looking at a time frame and you're trying to discover price. Where are buyers? Where are sellers? So when a stock reaches a certain price in a chart, and it's getting down to a level that's held for several months, maybe several years, then you're pretty confident, it's not a guarantee obviously, but you're pretty confident that you're going to find buyers step in to that position at that price. They're going to try to support that price because it's been supported for whether it's a month, week, year, doesn't make a difference, but there's a certain price support. On the flip side, when a stock starts going up, there is an area where people are going to want to sell. They're looking at charts for clues, like where would this go to? And this is what really hurts all of you guys out there when you're trading. It's not about, finding a good stock to trade. It's more about where do people buy, where do people sell? And it works in multi-facets too, because when you're buying a stock and you're already in it, one of the questions you often ask yourself is, where should I sell this damn thing, right? Where you should sell or look to sell is the next area of resistance. So basically, in theory, if you're selling prior to that big next, let's say you buy a stock. If you're selling prior to the next resistance after it's already cleared a previous resistance spot, if you're selling it before the next resistance level, you're almost selling it too soon. Of course, that's not 100% guarantee. Things go crazy in the market. Things shift on a dime. But in most cases, you need to give yourself a chance to go to that next level because that's most likely where it's going to trade. When you're in a stock and it's going against you and it's going down and you're wondering, when the hell should I get out? You're looking for support. Where's that next level of support where buyers may step in and help? And will that be a good spot to add? This is why it works, because what it does is technical analysis allows us as traders is to discover price. We want to know where buyers and sellers are going to meet. I've often talked about this in past happy hours. When you're buying a position, you want to look for where are shorts, where would short sellers stop out? Where would this thing break another range and people will start chasing? That way my position turns into a huge winner. It has more potential than normal. So technical analysis is not a scam. It sure in the hell ain't a poor way to get through it. It's a great tool, and of all of the tools that you could learn in trading, it's one of the easier ones to pick up. And support and resistance, you can see that with your freaking eye. And the charts are like red bar, green bar, red bar, and there's lines. It's just like, it's third grade material. It's one of the easiest things to pick up. Now, what we've often talked about is easy to see that. The hard thing is once you get in, it's not to be shaken out of your position, not to be emotional, not to get upset about losses. That's where trading is. But that's my thoughts on technical analysis. Do as you want to with said information. Let's move on to question. All right, question number 2. You should shut up. Day trading is a massive waste of time. Nobody makes it in this circus. Why even try? It's clowns like you who talk people into getting divorces and losing all of their money. How do you sleep at night, jackass? I'm a jackass? What would ever give you the impression that I'm a jackass? Now, what I don't understand about this question is, did I cause someone divorce? Where did divorcing come in this whole thing? Anyway, this is a great question. Is day trading a massive waste of time? It certainly can be a waste of time if you don't know what you're doing. And here's the thing. When I see questions like this, someone's obviously had a bad experience with day trading. I once had a very bad experience with day trading. In fact, I trade, and traders who always trade and continue to trade over long periods of time will frequently have bad experiences when it comes to trading. But think about it. Isn't everything that way in life? If you're in a relationship, you have good times and you have bad times. If you went to school and got a degree, you had good school days, bad days. If you work now, you have good work days, you have bad work days. Everybody has good days and everybody has bad days. It isn't a waste of your time if it's something that you truly want to try. I've already talked about that before, because one of the things I've always said here, I know you've heard it before, is the last thing that you ever want to do in your life is be filled with regrets. So if you're sitting there on the outside and you're thinking, I want to try to be a stock trader, but I don't know if I'm cut out for it, or my friends say it's a scam, or my mother, father, sister, uncle, brother, next door neighbor, nephew, significant other, my Buddha, Allah, doesn't make a difference. They told me I shouldn't do it. If you think in your heart you should do it, then you need to do it, because the last thing that you want to do is grow old and go, hey, I might have been good at that. I could have been someone who was, this hat's driving me freaking nuts. I could have been someone successful. I feel like the acoustics, it was like the cone hat. I could have been successful. It could have been the best thing in my life. It could have been the very best thing. Yeah, maybe it turns out to be the worst, but at least you know if it's the worst. I hope you guys don't think I'm a clown. I'm never going to be a clown. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just here taking my information, sharing my triumphs and tribulations that I've learned through many years of stock market trading. And I'm just trying to share it with you. That's all. Just trying to help you. I'm not trying to convince you that trading is the goal, is the greatest thing in the world, because maybe it's not for you. Maybe it isn't. But for those that are out there who want to do it and are struggling day to day, they're out there clicking that mouse and putting in the hours. Sometimes you just need a little help. That's all. Right? That's all you need. Sometimes you need a little help. Am I a jackass? Let's go to question 3. Okay, question 3. Brother. That's right, I'm your brother. Just want to say that your videos are life-changing. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Do you have monthly trading goals? Let's say you hit a certain dollar value. Do you take the rest of the month off? Is that a good way to think about trading? The answer to that is no, I do not. The second part of that is it a good idea? Well, that all depends on how much that you actually made. So I look at it this way. One of the things I've always talked about, or I've talked about a few times, have been goals. And one of the difficult things for us as traders, as opposed to other careers, it's okay to set goals, but you really can't force the issue each day. Like a daily goal is something I try not to do, because you're not in control of the market. The market sometimes is untradeable on certain days of the week. Most of the time there's opportunity, but some days there's lots of opportunity, and the opportunities are working really well. And in other times you're just slamming your head up against the wall, ups, downs. We all go through that. So it's hard to get up every day and go, I'm going to make $1,000. Maybe the market just isn't going to give you those looks. It just isn't going to be cooperative. It's going to be choppy, sloppy, dirty, messy. It just isn't going to work. So if you try real hard to hit that goal on a daily basis, you're probably going to end up revenge trading or forcing things that are outside of your game plan, and it's going to be worse. However, there are some times we're all used to making a certain amount of money every day. We know this, all of us know what a good day is. So $1,500, that's a pretty good day. So if you get up in the morning and the first 30, 40 minutes, you're at 3,000 for the day, you're like, that's damn good. So I should leave. I should leave, number one, to reward myself and take the rest of the day off and play around, maybe spend some of that money. And number two is if I stick around, I'll probably get greedy, aggressive, and act like an idiot and give a lot of that back. And it'll take that good feeling and it'll ruin it, and I'll lose my momentum for tomorrow. So it's great to have daily goals that way. Weekly goals too. Monthly, I really don't. I trade every day that the market is open pretty much from start to finish. I never reach a point where I say I'm just done for the month. I'll do that for the day. I may do that for the week, but I don't do it for the month. That doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Of course, I'm in a different situation than most. I'm also running the trade room, so I kind of need to be there every day. I do remember before the trade room, many years back, I would, if I had a really good month, I wouldn't take the whole month off like if it was the first day of the month and you'd make like 30,000. I wouldn't take the rest of the month off. But I'd take like the last week, or a couple of days during the last week. But there's nothing wrong with it. And I used to vacation a lot more then because I wasn't running the room and I had more time. So I would take, a couple of weeks of vacation here and there and then come back. But never did I just kind of like start out the month real strong and just decide, I'm not coming back until next month. But there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with, especially if it's a month that's 2 to 3 times higher than what you've had before, and you feel like you want to reward yourself like that, and you want to take a trip. Some people want to go with the momentum and try to build on that. But if you think that's the right thing for you to do and you feel like it's a good idea, there's nothing wrong with setting goals like that. But that's one of the things that we talk about goals is really important for new traders. Is it's good to make a monthly goal and weekly goals, but daily goals can be very, very tough because sometimes it just doesn't, even weekly goals, it can be tough. You just kind of have to play the market as it comes, and by the end of the month, things should work out if you continue to follow your process. So anyway, that's going to do it. That is going to do it. Happy hour. Don't forget about minicamp. And I talked about minicamp there. It's one of the best ways for people to learn how to trade. And not only that, it's a great way for you to see how these effective strategies work in a real-time environment. It's one thing to me to tell you this is what you need to do to trade. It's a whole different thing when it comes to a real-time live market, not simulated trading or that other stuff people throw at you. It's just garbage. You're not going to get anywhere like that. You're just going to be out of more money and frustrated, and you're going to have a bad perception of stock traders. Like the person that called me a jackass and a clown. You don't want to be that person. You do not want to be that person. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. Until the next happy hour, take care and cheers.